So thank you for your participation at the award session. Award session is one of the value of ICALEPS usually run at the banquet. Unfortunately, this time through a virtual version. So I appreciate the hard work of ISAC International Scientific Advisory Committee to select the excellent nominees and vote for the award. And IEC Executive Committee examined the result based on the charter. Okay, and the ICALEPS Lifetime Achievement Award. That meant the nominee have made an invaluable and lasting contribution to the field of controls throughout their careers. And Andy Gutz from ESRF and Roland Mueller at Helmholtz Zentrum, Berlin. And Andy and Roland are well known in the accelerators and the large experimental physics control systems community. During more than 30 years of brilliant career in their institute, they have led many projects and initiatives, not limited to control systems, but also extended to other technical fields, holding prominent managerial positions. As members of ICALEPS, ISAC, and the IEC, through their organizational skills and vision, and thanks to their technical excellence and tireless activity, they have been the key to the success of 2 decades of conferences. Andy started off as a radio astronomer at Rhodes University in South Africa for master's degree, and since 1988, he devoted his career at the ESRF to develop and manage control systems for accelerators and beamlines, as well as data acquisition and analysis systems. He has been actively contributing to the Tango controls community, as you know. He also contributed to numerous projects like Euro, XFEL, NSLS2, Soleil, Nexus, as well as various committees of ICALEPS. Roland started his long and brilliant career at Bessie after his PhD in 1988. There, he has been working in the control systems field for more than 30 years and held prominent positions in the machine operations. He has been working at the modernization concept for automation in beamline controls and data acquisition for Bessie too. He also contributed to European Physics Society, EPCS, SLS 2.0, as well as various committees of ICALEPS. So please listen to the presentation of, at first, Roland.
Yeah. Thank you, Katsura-san. Thank you to those proposing us, and many thanks to our supporters within the ISAC. So we are deeply touched by your appreciation, and it was already a great privilege for us to be able to participate and contribute to the controls community. Through all the years, the welcoming, inclusive, sharing, responsive, and responsible attitude of the community was an inspiring and prevailing constant, rewarding by itself. Let me spend a few minutes of this occasion on my view into the future. For me, a new and exciting quality of scientific progress appears on the horizon. So I need to sketch the picture a bit bigger. I start with the early days of controls. So the desire not to reinvent the wheel had to stumble along integration protocols, APIs, agreements on standards. Around 1991, which is long ago, a new radical idea changed everything. Commit the work for your own project also to the needs of each other's projects, their requirements and their schedules. Less visible managers like Mike Tourt, to whom this lifetime achievement award was initially tailored, supported and promoted a cross-laboratory team of core developers, invalidated general disbelief, enabling the creation of epics. The already honored personality Bob D'Alessio guided the development into the large, reliable collaboration known today. Similarly, in Europe, Wolf-Dieter Klotz supported lab-spanning networking in a smart committed team. On the way of joining forces, ESRF controls became TACO and eventually Tango. Andy Goetz became the core group's high and wide-flying ambassador, spreading enthusiasm and trust. And I'm happy to see him honored today here. These days, Blue Sky, a Python ecosystem that originated within the 5 US light sources, is the new kid on the block. A group of committed geniuses, management support, and maybe also finding valuable or agreeable things originally not thought for on the go. That all meets the requirements for a new successful global collaboration. Since 2019, Blue Sky rapidly expands around the globe. Data handling is widespread. Fair data principles are supported, features others had to develop one by one over decades are covered and integrated. Underlying device abstraction promises to mitigate essential shortcomings of epics and approaches the data model of Tango. Not reaching the inner essence, but at least emulating outer aspects. All these achievements ease construction and operation of large physics experiments creating scientific data. As a new point of view, society today is asking, what is done with these great machines? In consequence, acquisition and storage of scientific data must meet FAIR principles. Data need to be findable, accessible, interoperable, and repurposable. Only sharing of acquired data allows to look for results nobody thought about at the moment the experiment was performed. A truly sustainable exploitation is the goal. I'm curious to see this evolve. FAIR will add new scientific values. The rapid progress in fighting the coronavirus gave a glimpse on what can be achieved with a global pool of FAIR data. Global challenges need global cooperation. Please keep an open, welcoming, and trustful mind. Together, we can achieve so much. All the best to you. Enjoy the conference. Let me pass your attention to Andy Goetz. Thank you.
Thank you. And please, Andy, proceed.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kazuru, and also to the organizers. And Ben, I don't know if I can show this beautiful plate that I got. Thank you. I will keep it in my office. What I wanted to say, just a few words, because Roland has already said, I think, things which are very pertinent and which are very important. I think, first of all, I also feel honored to get this from my peers and to get this together with Roland, who has been someone, and maybe the younger people don't know him so well, but he's been extremely active in the background, extremely present in most ISACs since at least, I think, 20 years now. And I was a chairman where he was the chair of the ISAC, and you're always very happy to have someone like Roland who knows so much of the history and so many of the rules behind it. So I'm also very glad that he's been honored together with me. So my own involvement started in 1991. I went to Tsukuba. I don't know if any of you were there. We were there for, it was my first ICALEPCS. And I still remember how we just started commissioning the storage ring, and we had to write the paper in 24 hours before we caught the plane. This was even before the days of JCAL. But even today, I think I had a similar experience 1 week ago when we wrote the paper, also in a very short time. It seems to be a pattern that we repeat every time we have to do ICALEPCS. Yeah? We're sort of writing our papers just at the last moment. I want to also say especially thank you to the organizers, because it's been very difficult, I think, doing this remotely, also doing all of the sessions for you in the evening, at night. But, we all miss very much the social aspects, but I really think this is something, at least you pulled it off, at least you organized it. And I think the exchange of information is still there. So I'm very happy with that. Finally, I could just say that, that I've been involved with Tango since 20 years now, and it's only possible because of the community and because of the other people. Of course, I've always been very motivated to see people sharing software, but it really only happens because there's a team effort. And the same is happening now around open data. I'm glad I just was in the session in research in data management, and I'm glad to see that so much is, that this conference is now dealing with this topic in a serious way, because I think control systems have a very important role to play in producing fair data, in producing good metadata, and ensuring the data is well managed. My last message is just to say, please, we should all stay open. We should also stay open to each other's different control systems. So the thing that sort of, open source is something which I think most of us adhere to. Open data is also something which is very common. The thing that nowadays makes me, at this conference, gives me the most pleasure is to see people with different control system frameworks or different systems collaborating together or sharing ideas. And I think this is something which is sort of the key to success of this conference, is not to stay within one community, but to actually share these different ideas. Yeah. And finally, I would quote Lao Tzu, who said, "He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know." So I probably should shut up now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'd like to congratulate two of you. Thank you very much. So then, okay. Then the next award is the ICALEPCS Leadership in Mentoring Award. It means the nominee has demonstrated leadership and commitment towards attracting and nurturing talents, extending the global knowledge and teamwork across different facilities. So for this award, Son Tian Liu at SSRF is awarded. Professor Liu was a pioneer of particle accelerator control system engineering in China, who built the first control system in Hefei light source at University of Science and Technology in China, back to late of 1980s and the early of 1990s. USTC provides a unique combination between a scientific research facility and a university. Professor Liu took this unique opportunity to begin training and mentoring the university students regarding control systems and software engineering. Based on the various technology developments for the control systems, he later selected the EPICS software for the new control system as major facility upgrade. Professor Liu took more responsibility to train and mentor control system engineers using EPICS. Beyond training, mentoring, and inspiring control system engineers by himself, Professor Liu was actively working together with the International EPICS collaboration. With his dedication to training and mentoring over the decades, Professor Liu successfully grew an accelerator control community in China with highly qualified controls engineers, especially with EPICS knowledge. It not only helped the accelerator community in China, but also contributed back to the international accelerator community and that EPICS collaboration. Many of his students chose accelerator controls as their careers and are now actively contributing to over 10 accelerator facilities around the world, including China, Japan, USA, and so on. So this time, unfortunately, he cannot be online during the nighttime in China, but during the daytime, he recorded video. So I think Yiming played the video of Son King. Thank you.
Wenqiang, please share your desktop.
Can you see the video?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's okay. We cannot hear.
Yeah, during the preparation, I met Professor Liu several times. At first, in 2000 in Shanghai, I suppose, and also later at Hefei and so on. And there I met many students, and some of them visited Japan and the US and many other institutes and become now leaders of controls groups. So as you know, he played a big role in our community to mentor young talents. And, also, as first license in China at Hefei, he introduced EPICS. And now EPICS is used. Most of the scientific accelerator facilities in China and the advancement of the science in China is depended on such decision. So that was very good. So video is ready.
Dear Chairman Furukawa-san, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Liu Song-Chang. Liu, L-I-U, is one of the very popular surnames in China. Something like Smith in English. I would like to express my deepest thanks and to ICALEPCS family for presenting this award to me. During my career, I had the opportunity to collaborate with many fine and smart people and with a very large number of students. I would like to thank them all for productive interactions and prolific exchange of ideas. My generation, so-called baby boom, is gone. Hopefully, that new generations full of push and go will make the world better and better. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much. So let's congratulate all of those people. So and they played a big role in the community. And thank you very much. And let's congratulate. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's finish this session and please proceed to the poster session. Thank you very much.